Everyone says Eren Yeager chose genocide. They say he became the villain, that he abandoned his ideals. But what if I told you Eren never chose anything at all? What if the boy who screamed for freedom his entire life died the moment he became a slave to something worse than walls, the future itself? To understand Eren's tragedy, you have to understand what freedom meant to him. It wasn't a dream, it wasn't a goal, it was his entire reason for existing. From the moment the colossal titan shattered Wall Maria, Eren's life became a crusade against confinement. The titans weren't just enemies, they were symbols, living walls, proof that humanity was caged. And Eren? He was the one who refused to accept it. Every scream, every fight, every drop of blood was for one thing: to break free. Then he reaches the ocean. The walls are gone. The titans can be defeated. He's standing at the edge of the world, looking at endless water, the ultimate symbol of freedom. But his face, it's not joy. It's not relief. It's emptiness. Because somewhere between the basement and that shoreline, Eren realized something that shattered him. What happens when you fight for freedom your whole life, and then discover you never had it? The answer came in the worst possible way. Everything breaks in a single moment. Eren kisses Historia's hand at the medal ceremony, and through the power of the attack titan, he sees it. Not possibilities, not potential futures. The future, the rumbling, the death, the path carved in stone. He sees himself walking forward, crushing the world beneath colossal feet, and he knows, with absolute certainty, that it will happen. Not because he wants it, because it already has. This is where Eren's tragedy becomes unbearable. Remember when Reiner broke down and said, "I had no choice"? Eren understands now, except it's worse, so much worse. Reiner made choices and rationalized them later. Eren sees the choice already made, by fate, by causality, by whatever cruel mechanism governs time itself, and realizes he's just the hand that executes it. From that moment, every conversation is a script he's already read. Every goodbye is rehearsed. He's not living anymore. He's remembering. And here's the cruelest truth. Knowing the future doesn't give you power. It destroys the only power that ever mattered, the power to choose. From that moment forward, Eren becomes a ghost. He's walking, talking, fighting, but he's not really there anymore. He's a puppet acting out a script he's already read, and the cruelest part, he still feels like he's choosing. His hand still moves, his mouth still speaks, but every word, every action, every step forward was decided before he was born. Watch him with Mikasa and Armin after that moment. The distance in his eyes, the coldness. People call it cruelty, but it's not. It's the distance between an actor and the audience. He knows how this play ends. He knows what he has to say at that table. The words that will break them, the lies that will push them away. Not because he wants to, but because the script demands it. Do you understand the torture of that? Moving through the motions of choice while knowing you have none? If you're starting to feel uneasy, good. That means you're understanding what Eren felt. Young Eren screamed, "I'm free," as he slaughtered his enemies. Adult Eren walks in silence, dragging chains no one else can see. The boy who hated slavery more than anything in the world became the most enslaved person in history. And no one, not even his closest friends, could see the cage. And here's what makes this unbearable. Here's the deepest irony of Eren Yeager's story. He wanted freedom more than anyone. More than Armin wanted to see the world. More than Mikasa wanted to protect him. Freedom was Eren's religion, his identity, his soul, and the power that was supposed to liberate him. The Attack Titan's ability to see future memories became the very thing that imprisoned him. Think about that. The tool meant to break chains became the chain itself. Eren didn't lose his humanity during the rumbling. He didn't lose it when he activated the Founding Titan. He lost it the moment he kissed Historia's hand and saw what was coming. That's when Eren Yeager died. What walked forward after that was just a shadow, following a path lit by a future he couldn't change. To Eren, the rumbling wasn't a choice. It was a funeral march he had to walk alone. And this connects to something deeper, something that haunts all of us. Sometimes knowing what comes next is the cruelest cage of all. We think knowledge is power, but what if knowledge is just another word for imprisonment? It's like reading the last page of your life and then being forced to live every chapter knowing how it ends. What if seeing the future doesn't free you? It just shows you the bars you never knew were there. So here's the question Eren's story leaves us with. Was he responsible? If you can see only one path stretching out before you, are you choosing to walk it? Or are you just witnessing yourself walk it? This is why Eren's story cuts so deep. He's simultaneously perpetrator and victim, guilty and innocent, monster and martyr. He carries the weight of genocide, but did he ever have the agency to stop it? Can you be blamed for a choice that was never yours to make? This is the tragedy of determinism. Guilt without agency, responsibility without freedom. And maybe that's the cruelest thing about freedom itself. We spend our whole lives believing we have it. We make plans, we choose paths, we tell ourselves we're in control. But what if freedom was always an illusion? What if we're all just Eren, walking forward on a path that was decided long before we ever thought to choose? Maybe the only difference is that most of us never see the script. Eren's story asks us something uncomfortable. If we saw our future, would we still be free? Or would we become slaves to what we know must happen? If this kind of storytelling resonates with you, if you want to keep exploring the hidden truths inside anime, consider subscribing. We decode stories like this every week, and if you want to go deeper into the psychology of characters trapped by their own nature, watch my breakdown on Light Yagami next. It'll change how you see Death Note.